say what's up, Headspaces. Once again, VJ, the brother from the ancient mother. You know what it is, South Africa's most poignant. Yeah, because you know, we're introducing cats to a literary world, hip-hop, rap, the culture in the South African context. Now, beside me is a brother who has been trailblazing to the level of being one of the artists who have surfaced and made themselves a pretty dominant name amongst young rappers in the scene right now, who are definitely MCs you should know. I won't do the injustice of trying to introduce him and what he's done and what he's been doing. What I will do is I'll give him an opportunity to speak for himself into this tetele. But the one thing I will say is, for him to be in this couch, there's a whole lot of really interesting things regarding rap, trap, lyricism, fame, and why we rap. Do you rap because you just love it? Do you rap because there's an intentional logic to do it beyond just the love and to do it for the fame? Right next to me, no Kenji. What's up, Machi?
Oh, well, I'm all good.
I'm all good too, man. Like, yeah, but right now is that moment where you seem to must umuntu uyazitsala, uyazilanda, uyazithutha. Yeah, and uzitsale. Now hip hop umuntu uyazitsala, uyazilanda. So you know what it is. Where you from? What's your crew? What's your claim? What's your thing? Who the hell you are, man?
Oh, well.
Talk to the peeps, Machi.
Nah, for those who don't know me, my name is Kenji TMZ.
Yes, sir.
From Joka, Soweto on Sea. Yo, producer, songwriter, performer, ghostwriter. The crew is Vibe Dealer. Be Glad You're Black Media, A Pictures. Aware by those are my people. That's my tribe right there.
Now, you recently were part of a huge major. We won't mention the brands because they're not paying us. Yeah, but a major rap competition which made the rounds and basically filtered some of the young talent in the scene right now, and was being invigilated and judged by some of South Africa's most established rappers and practitioners in the hip-hop culture. We're talking about Abana Bafana Youngster, Abana Bafana no Zuchi, who were able to see what you do, and you were able to get to the level. I mean, I need you to tell the peeps who never figured that was this stage, bro. Like, the votes led to you being in the, not like ending up in like the first stages where people are still auditioning. You made it all the way to like the final moment, and ultimately somebody else took the title. But for the mere fact that dude from Soweto and C doing his thing, singles picking up traction, projects been scattered all around the place, SoundCloud buzz, street buzz, industry buzz, the hype of your name just being whispered in certain scenes. We spoke about you just doing a whole lot of different things with regards to rap. So the fact is, you kind of a big deal right now. And I say that because in rap, a lot of cats judge growth yabo by, number one, the level of their reach. So we can clearly and easily say you're beyond Rebecca right now. You've sat, fraternized and rubbed shoulders with people on a national level. You've been able to compete with other MCs from different parts of the country. So the skill is now beyond Epa. The skill has reached a level where you felt where different styles are in different parts of South Africa. The first question I want to ask you is a current one. I want to ask you, what did that particular experience of being part of that competition really teach you as an MC?
Oh, well,
and as an artist in general?
You know, I learned a lot in a way, partner. Yeah, but as much as it was a competition, yeah, and obviously for a competition, the aim or the motive is to compete, yeah, with the other contestants. What I learned there is I wasn't really there to compete with them. I was just there to excel on my own self. I was just trying to excel. Yeah, bro. I was just there to excel myself, grow my reach, my brand, make connects. Yeah, bro. So
I love that. I love that. understanding why you do what you do, just personally, aside from, of course, competition con, because it's part of the marketplace, you know. If you're bringing a product and somebody's bringing the similar product that you are, obviously there's going to be the question of how do you do this differently from the other person. But just for the folks, you know, the headspacers out here, I want you to kind of go into where it all started for you. How did you come across this beautiful thing that we love called hip hop?
No, well, it's actually a crazy story. There was a jukebox, Pagume area, and we'd play by jukebox around. It plays you 2 songs, like 50 Cent, Kupela, Tape Cake. So we'd play 50 Cent songs, and me and my other nigga Socks, I rap with Payboy, for those who know him. We used to compete in Bowser as a guy like Drake who could rap it first, until we actually started writing our own joints, making our own music. Bedroom studio, bendy holes, you know the setup.
Pop filter mic. You know what it is.
And then it's been a roller coaster from there, because I've worked with a lot of people. Heavy K. I was working with Kalawa this one time, but didn't drop the tape though. But okay.
Word? Okay.
But that time there was Snowman.
Okay, so the name Kenji, that's not always what you went by. So kind of go into the history for us of your identity in rap. You started off rapping, and what was your first kind of like rap name? Comic says, this is what I'm gonna claim, this is who I am.
My first name was Slim.
Okay?
Yeah, Bongaka, those that know me, they call me Slim.
Till this day.
Yeah, I call me Ochizam, they still call me by that name.
Excess Slim. Oh, chopped up, yeah.
And then because I grew up that way, I turned into this this rude boy. I mingled with a lot of negative people, born and did some really negative things. So there was a time where I was introduced to the nose, and then at that time I loved selling drugs. I loved to do anything that could get me the dollar. Me and my boys, we were chasing hype, man. Young boys, stupid decisions, born kind of shit. So they named me Snowman after that. So that's a name I'm not really proud of. That's why I had to also change it. After I changed from that that lifestyle. So
like yo man, that's deep. So the transition from Light is trying to find himself, kind of coming across these quick and easy but risky and shady and dark aspects of black life, you know, to this kind of reawakening. Can you say a little bit as to, because you know, I know there's a lot of people out there who might be in an experience where they feel they could relate to that. They could feel like, yo man, this is all I know, and this is how I feel I'm gonna get the guap, and this is how I feel as black people, trapped in this whole industrial complex with this colonialist spirit over our shoulder, that the only way you can make it is by bending the system and to make it work to your advantage, which kind of cripples your morality, but at the end of the day niggas make money. So I want, you know, can you speak a little bit about how you were able to transition, because obviously you say Snowman is an identity that you'd rather leave to the past. So that means that there's a kind of redemption to it. You feel like that is somebody who was in a place that was very limited and couldn't allow them to grow beyond certain destructive limitations, even if and now, as Kenji TMZ, there's a kind of an evolution and a transformation. So perhaps ngokuva wena ungena a little bit into what that transformation means for you and how you possibly got to it. What are the things that made you go, say, late timing? Aizondisa to a destination that's ultimately going to sustain me in the ways that sustenance really is, which is more than just the money.
What I learned is that the world is what you born and perceive it to be born anyway. So I came to a discovery, but there's a much more beautiful, amazing, amusing, wonderful world out there, that someone or some people have been putting in so much effort and work to keep us away from, and all that it has to offer, and attaining this kind of world or life wouldn't be the first time we've sung its song, as well, so that's something, Bone, that came over me, in terms of spirituality, learning and growth, because I come from a very spiritual family, as well, as the dreamer, not only as the dreamer as in chasing the dream sense only, but as in the dreamer, I dream, I see, so it came in that form, purpose, you get a gift in a way, but it comes with purpose, but like any other hero, with power comes responsibility.
Shout out Spider-Man.
With great power comes great responsibility. Same thing with they're basically the same thing. It's just the other one is the hero, the other one is the villain.
Right.
So that's where I had to make the choice, because I've been already misleading niggas. I had this tape where I talk about all these crazy things I mentioned, the drug use and all, so I owe it to those people that I misled. I understand the influence we as artists have on the audience, so I owed it to those dudes that I misled in the tape and that music to kind of make things right with this one, because this one is more meaningful. It's like it's more like seeds than what niggas is selling out. No disrespect, but it's for your own well-being, spiritually, mentally, physically, the Black Nation as a whole. It's just for growth, for Tina, for us, by us, like literally, because I've lost a lot of white friends, non-black friends, over my music and over the things I say, because obviously they can't understand it. But I'm not a racist, I don't speak on belief, I speak on truth, I speak on the laws of nature, it's a different thing other than belief, because belief is born based on entertaining someone else's prerogative of whatever situation, in a point where two people can talk about the same thing, but although bayaklachana, they are seen as correct, while contradicting each other at the same time, because it's a belief other than the laws of nature, which you cannot change, which we cannot change. So that's what I'm on.
And the name Kenji TMZ, symbolically, conceptually, break it down for us.
Okay, so I got this friend of mine. He used to call me Kai, or he used to call me Kai until he called me Kenji. So I was like, nigga, what's up with this Kenji name? I liked it, because guys, they used to call me Nkoza, but Kenji, that sounded jiggy, so I messed with that one, and it sounded so much Japanese or Chinese, so I did some research on what it meant, in the Japanese term, so they say this ancient people of Asia, used to use that name to refer to the second son, the enlightened one. When I am the second son. So I was like, hey, what the fuck is this name?
Synchronicity, Atibana, purpose, power.
It clicks, and we all know the ancient people, the ancient Buddhists, those are my people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. So the trap monk, that's how I felt like I would mix into a conscious rap and the now, because I don't want to be too conscious, but at the very same time I don't want to be too trappy, but nah. So I had to find the balance, in between. So the trap monk, where you can find the two, in one. So
so it's Kenji the Trap Monk, Kenji TMZ. That's why they do the second song coming through.
The Trap Monk.
Right?
So the TMZ says the Trap Monk.
Yeah, and then the Z means Azani. Za.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I mean, we gotta dissect these things, you know, so that people can know. You used a very interesting term right there. Controversial term, well-known term. Some say it exists, some say it doesn't. You call yourself a conscious rapper, or you say you were trying to approach conscious rap. Now, it interests me whenever rappers, or anybody in fact, or sebenza la term, because it kind of implies an unconscious rap. You know, for the conscious rap, there's an unconscious rap. So I want to kind of pick your understanding of that. When you say you wanted to add a conscious dimension to trap, is it because, does that imply but you feel trap in general does have a certain element of being unconscious? And if so, what does that mean to you? What does consciousness mean to you? I know it's a lot of questions, but Masisa Mesitunge City, what does the label conscious rap mean to you?
In general, how I feel about trap music, I feel like trap music is literally trap music.
Yeah,
it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. I exude say the trap. You want to trap people, control them and minimize them. You want to take a shark and put it in a fish tank. Play them trap music, let them grow up under that. You just see the.
It's a controversial view right there.
Jesus. Okay.
Highlight us in the comment section.
You just see the generations getting worse.
Kenji who didn't trap.
The way it
yeah.
Trap music is there as well. There is another weapon for that. I feel. Because like I said, music should plant a seed, especially hip hop, because that's how hip hop started. Hip hop started by being informative music, motivational music, lawe, it was very informative. Hip hop when it started, it was very liberating, and then somehow, the same people that I spoke about, were putting in so much effort into hiding that beautiful world that I spoke about, I'm trying to reveal to the people, happen to squeeze themselves, in the seat of law and order, to hip hop, and somewhat influence what we hear, these niggas don't liberate anymore. These niggas don't educate anymore. They shit on our heads. I'm fucking your bitch. You are broke, nigga. That nigga's talking to you, nigga. As much as you love that shit and don't know you relate, but that nigga's talking to you. You the broke nigga. That shit ain't gonna do shit for you. I'm squeezing these niggas. I'm killing these niggas. It's sad that or take off but take off raps about that same shit and take off. Really live that life, They have shooters who's born in this bar, they've killed a lot of niggas, made a lot of mamas cry, and then got his karma as well. But could you blame him? That nigga was in that, trapped in that chain, which is not unbreakable. The trap. So a conscious rapper is anybody who's trying to break the younger generations free from those chains, with his music.
The cycle.
Open break a cycle by blending any kind of seed, because we won't change the world. The source, you can't change the world. It will take forever, but you can plant the seed, and as generations zamba, we won't be there to witness it, but who's actually going to do you were sent, he's going to finish the job you were sent here to do.
Sure.
So that's the difference between a conscious rapper for me and the trap rapper.
Right.
And,
so in your journey of metamorphosizing, Kenji TMZ comes through, you have this sense of awareness about the limitations that subject many people, especially the oppressed people, particularly talking about black people, the history, and how it plays into the dynamic of our spiritual condition. Now, as an artist, I feel like uzibeka deliberately in your music and your art form as a kind of a teacher, as an enlightener, as somebody with a very deliberate sense of trying to kind of loosen the chains that you were talking about, where if somebody is trapped in the sense of literally being chained and restrained in the range of movement that is possible for them because somebody is seeing them as something to be eventually hunted and eaten, what are these values, these principles that you emanate through your music that you feel this is at least unika timing that can loosen these chains? What are some of the things? You have to go into everything, but just what are some of these values and some of these ideas that you think we need to start looking at?
First things first, I'm everyone black.
Sure.
Yeah, but whether you consider yourself a Sotho, shout out my boy right there.
Sure.
Zulu, Petitswana, Cameroonian, what? I'm everyone black. Yeah, but
sure.
So what I talk about is self-love. Yeah, but as a people, we all know, okay, but what we've been under
sure.
when it comes to self-love and inferiority. Yeah, but so now what I focus on is that part, the black man and woman difuna raise awareness on self-love, because we can never even love each other in the first place. Yeah, so I'm teaching self-love. You shouldn't blame the nigga has no self-love to begin with. Because he's a victim. Yeah, but that's also due to not having the self-love. So you can't expect him to show love na kwabanye community. Victims so I tackling this like self-love. Who are you? Yeah, about knowledge of self, because in Africa, you can't tell a zebra how we got his stripes.
Sure.
Yeah, the zebra can do that. Yeah, they might look alike, but they're not the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not his place. You get what I'm saying? So. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. That in order for us to move forward, we need to go back. So what other way to get through than music? Because music is a universal language. Yeah, everybody loves music. Yeah, but splash.
I hear intention to free, intention to liberate, an informed approach to your art form. You sound like an artist who speaks to an art that is very much conscious of its responsibility, because a lot of artists feel that art is for them, simply to just express themselves, and they have a right to express whatever is in their heart. But what I hear from you is the whatever is in your heart part is a little bit more specific to you, that where does the heart lead us to? So I feel like there is a direction to your music, and the direction is freedom. So ultimately, the contradiction that kind of lies to a lot of artists who consider themselves conscious and who make music to free is that you make this music in the context of capitalism. People have to buy your albums. You have to get paid for shows. You were part of a competition that was sponsored by a famous, clothing outlet.
By the oppressed.
Exactly. So
yeah.
How do you reconcile this seeming contradiction, this conflict that seems to be there in the fact that sihlala kule system that is all encompassing in the tools that we use? We almost have no choice but to utilize capitalist, and as a result imperialist, and as a result colonialist, and as a result oppressive tools to try and liberate ourselves. So I want to know how Kenji TMZ reconciles that for himself, you know?
That's what I've came to acknowledge and accept. Ne? Like the question I can't answer it directly, but I can answer it also since regarding the purpose or yengululeko, which happens to be my name. Ne. In order to save people from the fire, you have to make peace with yourself getting burned in the process. Like, you gotta go in there, grab those niggas from the fire, and say, my nigga, let's go. So, ezinye we can't run from this capital, the money, the bag.
Right.
We need those.
Right, the bands and all that.
Yeah, we need those, but in most cases, niggas have already been sold a dream, a chai. So they're already in the fire anyway. So what can you do when you know how to get these niggas respect? Let's say niggas only respect you empty. That's how these niggas won't respect me. Niggas gotta respect me because one of the car. That's me going in the fire. That's me picking the bones together. For the fire. Whereas if I get a person attention is when I actually hit hard. Like umzekelo ezweni zenzayo the competitions nalanga umkhuzula selection unomuntu ezibuza yena kaka lena bithetha ngo big lady black aphinde lo mjita abele khumshela uzinga ngekona nepaki lo mjita uthetha isiphara who's it but you know what oyilibala is that you like that shit you came you paid attention to the way it reeled you in that's me collecting the bones. That's me going in the fire to actually save your ass, because when you know who Kenji is, and you're waiting on the next Kenji project, you better rest assured, it's gonna hit harder. I'm gonna go that's when I know I have the attention.
So, no doubt. I feel you. So if the process of your immersion in the capitalist tropes, in the aesthetics, in the ideas, in the aspirations that lend themselves to money, power, fame, glory, which most people feel they want because this is what they've been taught to want, is your way of trying to kind of sacrificially be the lamb that allows for the people to make passageway into whatever liberation looks like. Okay, no, Naganja. Now, one last question before we actually go into the art, the albums and everything else. Because you're an intriguing dude. I like the way you think, because a lot of rappers don't think deeply about why they rap. They don't think deeply about who they rap for. They rap because they like it and they get the benefit of making money from it. You strike me as a different cat. You are conscious about what your raps do to people on a mental level. You're conscious about the already existing social ills that create a certain kind of rap. So as a result, you're an MC who's conscious of the politics of not only rap, but the politics of the world we live in. And the headspace is all about that. The headspace is all about hip-hop heads being more conscious of the politics around hip-hop. Kastarang awareness, net dopeness. Kasteta about who's ill and who isn't, who's shining and who's not, who is dope and who's not. These are standards and measurements. We define people according to what we feel is the ideal. So the one last question is, let's go into the dream. You spoke about selling a dream, and you spoke about coming from dreamers. You know, you spoke about this whole idea of being a dreamer. Let's get into the dream. Kenji becomes massive. People not only respect, they love the art. The singles are everywhere. You are loved and adored by the whole country. This means more money. I'm really interested into if you had the opportunity to be at the top of the industry, what difference, what would you do different? Because there are many cats who have spoken this language. Woo! There are many cats who have said, when I'm for the people, you know? And then the money starts coming in, and slowly but surely the brand awareness starts kicking in, and then before you know it, abantu basithengisela champagne, ne vodka, ne aperitif, or whatever the fuck, you know? So
Team Kenji, go.
Yeah.
Go Team Kenji, go.
So I want to know if Kenji got that massive power, that leverage, that Jigga-esque energy and money to influence a whole culture, what difference would you make with it?
Yo, Jay. Dango. Firstly, obviously, the audience at that time will be people who relate to the topics I talk about, or the abantu who see like-minded people.
The importance of the values.
Yeah, like-minded people are gonna be the ones who are gonna mess with my music then. So okay, fine. I'll be this dude with this man. And we all know, like you mentioned, when niggas give back to the hood, it's only by giving their backs to the hood. You know? The thing is that with those like-minded people, what I'd like to do, what I'd like to pursue, is to build a new community of people living. Let's say, Jota, you can't change the hood, you can't change the cast. You'll never change because that will take forever. But from the cast, you can identify those who want out, those who want peace, or like-minded beings like yourself. And the best thing you can do is to start your own community with those like-minded beings. Let's say buy this,
like an Orania.
let's say buy this big ass piece of land, where you and all these enlightened or like-minded beings like yourself, can create this haven you've been complaining about, So building communities like those that with communities like those, we can change a lot of things. That we can take but this what to I'm not saying it's wrong, but our doctor to
these European family, these token white children who become fetishes for rich white people to kind of bring themselves into Africa.
My sister was nakekela ingcosi bengenabona enye post elinye ngamshishela nebox enhle phalfa kuyingcosi zabantu zethu phofu.
No, this shit happens, man.
Which is nice, no, it's nothing wrong with that shit, but I'd rather the way we have our own places, as black people, where we accept such, where we groom them to become the best versions of themselves. Yeah, man, it's a lot.
We're gonna have links in the description to your catalog. You've went from Dreams, Khuzula Selokshini. A lot of people up in Kabeja who know your stuff. We talked about the story of Snowman. We talked about the development of how that transitioned and evolved into Kenji, who's this conscious, pro-black, fundamentalist, spiritual, conscious artist who seeks to create a way out, quote unquote, who seeks to create an exit plan, a strategy. And these are things that have happened. We come from a culture where icon indo of artists who deliberately want to create that way out. And I love the fact that we have contemporary young folk like yourself who still believe that a way out is possible, because there's many people who believe the idea of a way out is further deep into the illusion that way out is actually another capitalist trick, and that we're trapped in this whether we like it or not. So I like the fact that you are actually saying, nah, that's bullshit, that the way out is possible, and you're making it vivid. You're saying you hope to start intentional alternative communities. You know, I'm assuming in the vein of eco-villages, where black people can kind of start all over with more holistic resources. And when you talk like that, I'm thinking, if people are buying from a so-called mass market outlet, if people are learning how to kind of wear themselves as the image of capitalism and branding, then the alternative would be to understand the value of the self in the heart before we clothe ourselves with anything else. So you've spoken to your lyricism, and off the record sitete about why cats rap. There's people who rap for the fame, there's people who rap for the love, there's people who are in between. You outlined how you love rap, but now you have a deliberate intention to make rap a political tool of liberation. So in that, I want you to speak a little bit on some of the experiences you've had with juggling this and negotiating, going into the fire, working, writing for different MCs whose names we won't be mentioning, but just this whole, what are the things you learn as you navigate this industry, and what are the moments that, number one, taking your skills and using them to give other people shine, what has that taught you? And number two, how do you then feel about the SA rap fraternity and SA hip-hop culture at large as a Kenji?
Yo.
A lot of questions, my G.
Depth.
Yeah.
No, G, I feel like there, yeah, we like we discussed, we all start with the love for rap, lewe, yeah, bo. And then as time goes by, and that's it's just chuzela, yeah, bo.
Yeah.
The survival of the fittest, yeah, bo. Those who are in it for the love, those who are in it for the money, yeah, bo. So yeah.
Mbuzo uti, yeah, no. In your experiences, so you know, you mentioned how your talents have been lended to other artists, and you've also had the experience of meeting all these quote-unquote famous artists. Just in a kind of a nutshell, what in being in the so quote-unquote belly of the beast have you learned? Because now you've sit and been in the presence of a youngster, been in the presence of a Zuchi and many other artists. What are the things that you would say to young kids out there who are still looking at it from the outside in, and now we have the benefit of speaking to somebody who's now talking from the inside out, because you're in it now, and as you said, you're in it because you see yourself as that medium of getting people out of it. But what other things are you learning about the inner workings of this game? Some people say this is a shady game, can sacrifice one. People about it's occult Illuminati shit. Kanye West is talking about the Jews being in charge of everything. Kendrick Lamar is busy telling people he's not their savior. We can't escape the fact that hip-hop lends itself to a certain conspiracy about black people, about the system, about what really is happening inside when you get into these spaces, the capitalism. So I just want you, as somebody who, I know you haven't walked inside every important door,
yeah,
but I know you've walked inside the most fundamental of them at this point. Like, what are the what's going on inside there, and what would you say to young kids who want to go inside, and how would you warn them? How would you, what's your expression, man? Just your opinion.
Yeah, like what I saw is that it's all about influence, yeah, bo. Influence and selling the F out of these brands, yeah, bo. And they're asking into the sacrifice, yeah, bo. I don't know, Illuminati, yeah, bo. It's just you having impact on Abandu and then being used to sell the brand. Yeah, bo. Can you sell the brand or not? Yeah, bo. But as far as for young G's out there, taking yourself seriously in the rap game, is something very important, really. Yeah, like keeping on progressively, working on yourself, dropping links, dropping videos, putting in the work, is most important, because that's how you get the influence in the first place. That's how you become the influential dude, and also standing out. Yeah, so yeah, that's like the crack way. I wouldn't say the crack, but yeah, that's like how you can big and young. You want to put your foot in the game, nigga. You want to rub hands with these brands and shit, and these celebrity niggas. Do that. Be that influential dude. Get the numbers. But I'm just doing numbers. And then
hopefully you've gotten some numbers. There's people talking, there's deals being made, and there's a consciousness behind what's next. And that's my last question. What's next for Kenji TMZ? You've been on a kind of a wave that is still surging and developing, and like all waves, the tides are high and low. Those are the cycles of life. And I think one of the things that young and old cats need to understand is making it isn't one moment that happens in the end. It's a continuous process. You are making yourself right now, and whatever becomes of your career or your path or your journey, I would be interested to know what you have in mind for that.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, we can't make it born in one day. Born in time, joking, joking, but was in a black here. It's a long road. But what matters is the steps is like a palm way to. It's like if you are in this foggy street, but as long as you can see right in front of you, that's all that matters, because we as us we are born. So with this game, this thing, I've learned about I should just approach it with the attitude of gratitude.
Sure.
But that way my list of the things I'm grateful for keeps on expanding. But John, I'm trying to the headspace. We
salute.
Consistency. So
I think Nati must party for
Kenji.
No doubt. In the respect is in return. Likewise, really appreciate the opportunity, man. Because again, you are part of a generation right now that's leading the message. Uba mentioning the 25Ks. We're not gonna name them. Everybody knows who the names are. There's a trajectory that SA hip hop is going into right now, and I, for one, would love to see you or anybody like you. And when I talk about that, I mean artists with a deliberate opulence message, a message that says what happens after we get all of the material, what do we do with it? Because I think ultimately the measure of our success, real success, is not getting the money, it's what we do with it. It's not getting that bag, it's what we do with it. And you've obviously outlined your values in terms of what you plan to do with the bag. And I hope Nimamele out there, if you're like, yo, Kenji's crazy, he thinks he's some kind of hero, whatever. Talk to us in the comment section. As I said, Zongi links to the man's work in the description, singles, everything that he's basically done that's pivotal to the music. Anything out that's gonna come out, or anything you'd like to plug for the masses?
Coming soon. Ndabezita coming soon.
It's what it is.
It's the song, it's the video, so look out for that.
Yeah. Social media handles and Yongela business.
Kenji TMZ on all of them.
Yeah.
Kenji TMZ. Subscribe to YouTube. Let's get those numbers up.
Get those numbers rolling, man.
Because more content coming soon.
We'll put the YouTube link in the description as well. And if you're watching this video, you must ask yourself why you haven't subscribed to this channel too. Let's subscribe. This is the new economy of attention. And if SA Hip Hop is going to be a discussion that we consciously determine, we're going to have to peep to a lot of discussions like these, and I don't really think anybody's talking about that real shit other than the headspace. I'm VJ, the brother from the ancient mother. Right here beside me is Kenji the Trap Monk, the second son, two from Soweto and C, to the world, to beyond. I believe in you, Maji. And for all those watching, again, ring an at you on the comment section about the things that Kenji has been speaking about. Consciousness, rap, liberation. Can rap be used as a way out? Is there even a way out? Talk to us in the comment section. Much love, Maji.